there's ever been a poster child of what steroids can do to a human being, make him bigger, stronger, faster, break records, there's no bigger one than Larry Wheels.
My first couple years into fitness started when I was 14, onward to 16 with a broomstick, cinder blocks, push-ups, pull-ups, calisthenics. It wasn't until I was 16 that I actually got to join a gym, and shortly after that did I start my first cycle, and I've been cycling ever since.
You can read about it in the Bible. I'm talking about the new arrival, singing praises of the Lord, praises of my Lord.
Much like you don't know, I don't know what I'm capable of off cycle.
Every nation is gonna be the new salvation.
So if you've been following Larry Wheels' career, there's no motherfucker who's stronger than this guy. And he's been known, and I was saying earlier as a poster child, right? He's known as one of the strongest fucking guys in the world. And from 15, 16 years old, he's been doing a ton of steroids. And he's been open about it. Everybody knows the things that he's been doing. So if you think of a test subject, of a person you could just load with tons of steroids, tons of food, working out nonstop, and he's already a strong kid to begin with, Larry Wheels is like the perfect example. But recently, he made a video, I'm going to talk about that in a second, about lowering his testosterone, going on TRT only.
Much like you don't know, I don't know what I'm capable of off cycle. Now, going completely off isn't an option for me. I cannot produce testosterone naturally. TRT for me would be anywhere from as low as 70 milligrams a week. I've heard even lower dosages, to as high as 175. 175, I believe, being on the higher side of being a healthy, natural male in his prime. So I say I'll start with 175 and I'll get my bloods done. If I speak with my doctor and we get my bloods done and we see that it's more than what's necessary, then I'll decrease it. But I certainly won't increase it anytime in the near future.
Recently, he had a lot of health issues. He tore his bicep, his back, and I think he had blood pressure or heart issues. So he's been having issues, due to a whole decade's worth of steroid use. And I've made videos in the past talking about, since the beginning of time. If you think about the 70s, the 80s, the 60s, people used to come on steroids and used to come off. And that was just a standard thing. People never stayed on all year around, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, since the start of Instagram, because people never want to get smaller. They never want to show that their body's changed. So whatever dosage they're on to make them look a certain way, they stay on mostly all that all year round. And if you think about back before all this stuff, before YouTube, before Instagram, the motto that was going around was that steroids can't kill you. No one's ever died from steroids. You could take as much as you want. No one ever died from it, right? But recently it's changed because now, since social media and people have been on for so many years without taking breaks, people have been dying. People I know have been dying. Famous people who have been dying. People are seeing that the things that we thought before aren't necessarily true. So people like Larry Wheels is seeing that. He's getting smart. He's realizing that he's 25, 26 years old. He wants to live. He wants to have a family. He wants to have kids one day. It's not the most important thing in the world to stay on those amount of steroids all year around, breaking records all year around, and eventually not live until you're 40 years old.
This experiment will go on indefinitely. And I think it'll be interesting for me to embark on a journey that no one has seen before. I haven't seen it for myself. It will bring out a different side of me. You guys do know I have come off a back injury. Luckily, it was a small grade 1 tear. I'm already okay. But does that mean the right answer is to jump into another extreme prep for a 1,000-pound deadlift? Probably not. I'm 27. I can take my time. It can be several years from now. I'll still be in my prime. I'll still be healthy. As long as my heart's beating, I can have a crack at it whenever I want. PDs aren't going nowhere. That 1,000 deadlift isn't going nowhere. And for me, that's a lifetime achievement. And it will be the biggest feat of strength that I've ever done. if I can do that. And I am in no rush to do it because I've learned the hard way as coming up from my vacation, thinking I can resume my training prior to me taking the vacation, and I crashed and burned.
And I believe that he's doing a good thing.
It's go time. It's time to take it off. It's go time. I got to jump off. Baby, it's go time. When it's y'all bedtime, I'm ready for showtime. Bring it back. Bring it back. Yeah, it's go time. It's time to take it off. It's go time.
A lot of people have been dying. And Larry coming out and seeing the signs of things that could be happening to him and seeing his future in front of him, he decided to make a smart decision and lower his dosage to safe levels. And, you know, this is the stuff that I've always preached all the time because I never saw a point, and I've spoken about this before, I never saw the point of taking tons of shit, growing really fast, and then losing it because you can't stay on it all the time. You're going to lose it all. I always believed in low doses testosterone and building yourself up over years, a little bit at a time, on safe levels, and you could keep it. I never saw the point in getting really, really big or changing your body that fast, and then you can't maintain it unless you take shit that's going to eventually kill you. So I think Larry's doing a good thing by doing this. And if you think about something, right? Remember I was saying he's like the ultimate test subject, right? Well, now he's trying the opposite side of the test. He's going down to lower dosages, TRT dosages only, right? And he's still going to be lifting. So we're going to see what he can lift now as opposed to what he was on tons of steroids since he was a kid and lifting all those weights, breaking all those records, right? Now we can see how much that really helped him in the end. So there's no greater example than Larry Wheels for something like this. And in the end, he's going to save himself. Because listen, we only have one life, right? And you got to think, I know it's hard when you're younger. You know, you don't think of the things that you're doing that are going to affect your life in the future, but I think that, you know, anything in abuse, you know, drugs, alcohol, steroids, anything abuse will end up taking its toll eventually in life. I know so many people, they die not from just steroids, but alcohol even. People have such a, you know, nowadays especially, people are going out drinking all the time, right? And people are dying 40s and 50 years old because their liver can't hold up anymore from drinking too much. And abuse in everything, anything in life is bad. And Larry now has a chance to show everyone what he can do on TRT levels only. And can he do what he did before, or can he get close to it? You know, I don't know, but it's for us to see, and I think it's a good thing that he's doing. So let's see what Larry's going to do.
Seeing what I'm capable of on TRT is more of a priority to me, is more exciting. It makes me feel invigorated. Going for a 1,000-pound deadlift, as exciting as that is, I've been on PDs and hitting PRs the last decade, okay, for 10 years straight. So I know if I push the envelope enough, if I go to the extremes enough, I can get there, right?
One more thing I want to tell you.